What's going on, everyone? It's JDC here. Today we're talking about why OG Anunoby is going to be the most important piece for the Toronto Raptors on the defensive end, and why I think he's going to be the anchor on defense for the Raptors. So what's up? My name is JDC. If you like the video, drop a like down below. We do NBA content here, but mostly Houston Rockets. Obviously, with the Rockets and NBA content in general being very slow right now, we are trying to experiment with different teams and kind of reach out my content to other teams. So if you like what you see, drop a like down below, press the sub button. It'd be really appreciated, and let's get into the video. So I decided to do a video on OG Anunoby because today is September 9th, and in a couple of weeks it's going to be the NBA preseason soon. So I want to get all my expectations and all of my hypotheticals out of the way before the preseason starts. And the Toronto Raptors, I definitely think they're going to be one of the most interesting teams in the league, because with how much young talent they have on the team, it's going to be very hard to determine if they make the playoffs or not, especially because with the way things are in Toronto right now, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, the two leaders on the team right now. Obviously, Siakam is out for a little bit in the season because he did have shoulder surgery in the offseason. So they are going to be playing without Siakam for like the first few weeks, I think. I'm not too sure how long he's gone for, but I don't think it's really gone. I don't think he's going to be gone for that long. Overall, I think the Raptors are going to be a great defensive team already starting out the season. They got Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, who we are going to talk about today. Chris Boucher, I'm just assuming that he starts over Scotty Barnes, which makes sense because just develop Scotty Barnes off the bench. You could start Scotty Barnes, but I like him better off the bench, which some of the Raptors fans could debate, but I think he's coming off the bench. But yeah, there's my take on that. And then Ken Birch at the 5. So talking about OG Anunoby, the thing I like about Anunoby is that he's a good mix of an offensive and a defensive player. Now, his overall season stats are pretty great from last season. Did average 16 points per game, did average 6 rebounds and 2 assists on 48% from the field, and then 40% from 3, and then 78% from the free throw line. So very great overall stats for OG. That free throw percentage needs to get up a little bit more to at least like get 80, and we'll be fine. But no, it's the free throw, so it's only one category. And then looking at his defensive stats, did average 0.7 blocks and then 1.5 steals, so you can round that up to 2. Very great overall stats from OG. Now, the reason I think OG is going to be the most important piece for the Toronto Raptors on the defensive end, because I think he's going to have that defensive impact like Draymond Green. Not saying that they are going to be the same player or have the same defensive impact. I think OG Anunoby, his ceiling is the Draymond. I don't want to say like Draymond, but I want to say like his defensive impact is going to be almost on the level of Draymond, which no, is a little bit of a stretch. Obviously, OG Anunoby and Draymond, they aren't the same player. In terms of shooting, I think OG Anunoby obviously is better, but defensively, Draymond, like, he's still versatile, can guard 1 through 5, was doing that in the play-in, which was absolutely amazing. So, and was honestly the reason they were almost in that game. So, OG, I definitely think he can guard 1 through 5. Maybe 4, depending on who plays the 5, because if it's like, maybe like, I don't know, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, obviously he's going to get killed. He's only 6'7", 232 pounds, but I definitely think he could guard them, depending on what happens. So, OG, his defensive impact is going to be very important for the Raptors, especially because with what they have right now, Chris Boucher, very good defender right there, can block the lights out of the gym. Precious Achiuwa, very underrated defender right there. Scotty Barnes, very underrated. Siakam can guard the perimeter, very great. They have a lot of good defenders on this team. I think it's just a matter of if they can hold it together and if they can stay healthy, because this team last season, it was absolutely horrible. I remember like at the start of the season, they had like majority of their players gone, and then Nick Nurse was gone too because of COVID related, I think it was like health and safety protocol. They were gone for like a week. So if this team can stay healthy, and if they get off to a pretty great start, I definitely think they're gonna be maybe the 7th, maybe 6th seed, maybe 5th seed. I think the ceiling for this team next season is gonna be at least the 6th seed. But I think what they are gonna be next season is probably the 8th or the 7th seed. Maybe sneak into the play-in, maybe play in the play-in at best. I mean, that's probably what the ceiling is for that team right now. But I think the ceiling is at least the 7th or the 6th seed. That's if everyone's healthy. Now, assuming that they aren't healthy, they just don't make the playoffs at all, which makes sense. They do own their 2022 first-round pick, which is going to be good because that's the draft class for Chet Holmgren and it should be Imani Bates because he did reclassify. Hopefully I'm right on that. If you guys can let me know if that's not right, but he should be in that draft class. If he's not, he's in the 2023 draft class with Victor Wembanyama, which is going to be an OP draft class because they are both centers. So just looking at this roster right now, yeah, they're really lacking in the center department. Khem Birch, he's okay, but I mostly see him off the bench, not really like a starting center. Like, I think he's pretty okay, but you know, they really do need a defensive center. Bringing in Chet Holmgren would obviously help with that. So, and with that defense right there, and adding on Chet Holmgren, it would already be probably the best the best defensive team in the league. So, getting back to the topic, OG Anunoby, I think his defensive presence is going to be very important for this team, especially because if they make the playoffs, they're going to really need his defense. Now, OG has definitely had a history of him getting injured. I think, yeah, in his rookie season, he didn't play like a few games because I think I want to say like he fractured his finger or something like that. I'm not too sure what happened, but he didn't play majority of his rookie season because of an injury. So his defensive impact is really going to depend on if he's healthy, and hopefully if he does stay healthy, he can guard whoever's on the floor. I'm assuming if they do get into the playoffs, they verse someone like Miami, who I think could be the 7th or the 6th seed, depending on what happens. So we'll honestly see, but hopefully they do at least make it to play-in, and hopefully they do at least make the playoffs. So OG Anunoby, he's going to have a very great defensive impact on the team, going to be their most important defender on the team, and hopefully they make at least top 5 defense in the league. So that's the video. My name is JDC, and I'm out. Peace.